the legislative session in this July 13, 2026 Mount Vernon City Council meeting to order. Mr. Sherman, please call the roll.
Miss Keener.
Here.
Mr. Mahan.
Here.
Mrs. Hager.
Here.
Mr. Miller.
Here.
Mr. Severns.
Here.
Mr. Jacklin.
Here.
Mr. Ruckman.
Here.
All right, we're all here. Tonight we will have the invocation offered by Reverend Doug Pummel of the Mulberry Global Methodist Church, and he's also a Mount Vernon Police Department chaplain. Thank you for being here, Pastor. So we will all rise for the invocation and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pastor.
Let us pray. Our Heavenly Father, how great you are. You are a loving Father who blesses us every day. You bless us, O Lord, with people who are willing to lead us, to give up their time and come and lead. We ask tonight, O Lord, that they hear each other. They hear the people as well. But most importantly, O Lord, they hear you as you lead and guide them to the best decisions for this city that you have given us, O Lord. Now, Lord, as always, we ask tonight for the safety of our troops, our men and women, our sons and daughters who are overseas. We also, of course, ask, O Lord, for the safety of our first responders. You bless us with them, O Lord, as they work to protect us. We thank you for them. Again, O Lord, be with us tonight and bless all who are here. In your name we pray. Amen.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Council, we received the minutes in our packet from the June 22nd session. Are there any additions or corrections?
Sir, we need to add Resolution
I will do that.
2026-80 to the
Actually,
agenda.
this is just approving the minutes from the June 22nd meeting.
My apologies.
Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve the minutes from June 22?
So moved. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Any opposed? Mr. Sherman, do we have any petitions or communications to read?
We do not.
Okay. Council, we also received our committee reports from Mr. Sherman to sign and return this evening. Probably most of you have done those, so please take care of that. There are no liquor control licenses this evening. Mr. Sherman, are there any proclamations?
No.
Okay. We do have 4 people who have signed up to speak on matters of city concern. So I just would remind you, when you come to the podium, I'll read your name here in a second. Please come to the podium. Speak your name clearly and your address into the microphone. We will limit it to 4 minutes, okay? So first we have Robert Beck, who wants to come up and speak on the TIF tax deferment. Mr. Beck. When you come up also, please grab that microphone. You're going to need to speak into the microphone.
Hello. Oh, okay. So my name's Robert Beck, 10 Woodside Drive. Wanted to talk about the ordinances about, as it was said, the alphabet soup.
Please hold
So
the mic up so everybody can
there's,
hear you. Thanks.
a TIF, NCA, but all this to do with a new subdivision, Alrosa Villas, that, bottom line, I'm wondering why the developer doesn't pay for his own streets. Someone up there asked that in the past, off of Yaga Road, all those subdivisions, just builders, that's what developers develop. They buy a property, they dump money in it, so they need $8 million for roads. They're gonna get it back when they sell the property, or else that's what developers do. I don't understand why, when in our city, the school board is asking for more taxes, and here between Liberty Crossing and this one, we're creating these areas where the new housing, they don't pay their share towards the schools. They're paying for the roads that I would think, as a layman, that a developer is supposed to develop. So my first question for y'all is, why doesn't the developer pay for his own road? Why is the school board going along with it? If he's telling us he's wanting to take 1% of my taxes, my income, when some people didn't even get a 1% income raise to go to the schools for more kids, which that's what that's what subdivisions do, why even the school board is going along with this? But then, why is this an emergency? Here, just 2 weeks ago, when this was raised, it was passed. Let's go to the third reading. Let's do an emergency. Everything, there's two numbers, 2026, 24, and then -26. They're emergencies. Well, maybe the people of this town don't want their tax money to go to a developer for his bottom line. You're taking away our chances. This has been discussed many times, but this is a big one. Why really skip the readings? Why is it emergency? If we're having another meeting, so this is the second reading, third reading should be the 27th, we're going to have a public meeting the 27th. Is that when you all's going to vote on it? So anything anybody says, any questions anybody asks, you all would have had to made up your minds. So, maybe put off at least the third reading until you listen to all the public and what they have. Then probably, again, being a layman, when you have a couple, 3 sentences, I don't know if the public knows that that's what you're doing with their tax money. And I don't know how we can convey that except through these public meetings. But I feel confident that, people don't want their money to go to developers. It's one thing for schools. But again, if I can recap, maybe not skip the third readings, maybe definitely not have it be emergency, and then consider the bottom line. Why do you want to do this when other developers, that's what they do. They develop, they got money, they got deep pockets. City don't. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Beck.
Are we allowed to answer his questions? Okay.
So next we have John Holland, who would like to speak on the Clinton water and soil. Mr. Holland, please come up and state your name and address, and then you have 4 minutes.
John Holland, 27 Meadowbrook Drive, Mount Vernon, Ohio. I'm the ex-president of Clinton Water and Sewer. I started off basically at the start of this whole thing. What I want to make sure the council understands is when I was thrown into that, there was a lot of things that were supposed to happen from the city to help us get everybody on board. That gentleman was let go for whatever reason. Then we had to go out and hire somebody to tell us exactly who's been hooked up and who hasn't been hooked up so that we can balance and forecast everything that's going on. So what happened then is we did that. We got in multi-times with the old administration and said, listen, we need to work on the percentage. Okay, 40%, we need to work it. Mayor then sat there and said, part of that goes to the county, and the county's giving it back to us so that for repairs. The system is solid. There's no issues with Clinton Water and Sewer. There's no repairs. There's nothing. It's all new. Our contract runs with the city until I believe 41. So it's like, why is the city wanting to do this and take it away, especially when we don't have a vote for anybody on city council or in the city? So why would we want to give up? The only protection that we have is this board. And if we can't save ourselves, all the city's going to do is come in, put water in, is the way I understand it, and we can either hook on or not hook on. You know, we all have wells. We have a lot of money invested in our wells systems. They're going to be obsolete because you're going to make us close our wells. Ah, no. Well, I used to be on city council. I remember very specifically we closing wells within the city of Mount Vernon when I was on council. So what I'm asking you is you're going to put financial hardship like the city did for what I refer to as Dogtown, and they put water in there because they got a grant because they're low income. They got a grant to install the water. Those people represented, that whole area represented 22% of our delinquency. We never pushed for it. We never sued them. We never went after them. We didn't file liens against their properties. We worked with it. We worked with what we had. We've balanced the budget. We've cut expenses. And I hear that one of the reasons is the lower management cost. $15 a month per client? That's expensive? I don't think so. You know, we went in and cut a lot of expenses. Legal was from out of Columbus at $200 and something a square, or an hour, excuse me. And it's just like, okay, we can do this. And we did it. We fought not going bankrupt. We said we were going to sit here and we're going to make it. Because if we didn't make it, it was going to have to be taken over by the city. And if the city got it, you know they were going to go to the water in Columbus and say, listen, they failed like all these other ones. And now we're going to pay you X for that system. They're going to discount it. So we got $7.9 million into this project. Plus, we've been paying you close to $500,000 every year. And that 40% is like $200,000. Where's that go? If I was on council, I'd want that to go into some type of reserve account and fix your own system. Okay, you have a lot of problems also in the city. And that's what we're saying.
John.
I'm sorry?
Your 4 minutes are up.
I
Mr.
am sorry. Thank you
That's
very
okay.
much, but I just asked you to thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr.
Thanks,
Holland.
Mel.
Yes. Next, we have Dylan Foster, who would like to speak on the subject of concern of flock cameras. Dylan, please state your name and address, and you have 4 minutes, sir.
Thank you for your time. Dylan Foster and 11850 Upper Gilchrist Road. Good evening, and I'm a resident of Mount Vernon, obviously. I'm here to ask the council to formally review the city's contract with Flock Safety and its license plate camera system. These cameras started going up around town in 2024, and there was no council vote, no resolution, and no public hearing before they were installed. And I've confirmed that the contract was approved administratively by the safety service director, the city law director, and the police chief. Not by this body, and not by the public. And since 2023, the city has spent roughly $57,000 on this system, funded in part through the Justice Assistant Grant money. And to be clear, that is also public money. It's just moved through a channel that didn't require a public conversation. Under current policy, officers don't need reasonable suspicion or probable cause to search the system. And if any of you or anyone in this room wanted to find out whether your own vehicle has been recorded, you would be unable to do so, as Ohio law exempts this data from public records requests, even for your own vehicle. Here's why I think that matters beyond just Mount Vernon. These cameras connect to a nationwide search network by default, and this isn't hypothetical. In Dayton, an audit this year found that over 7,100 searches of their flock cameras were made for immigration enforcement, which is a direct misuse policy violation of their own policy. Columbus disabled the nationwide sharing over that same risk, and other Ohio cities have canceled their contracts entirely out of fear of retribution from their public. I want to be clear, I'm not here tonight to tell you that flock cameras are good or bad for public safety. Reasonable people can disagree on that, and what I don't think is reasonable is that a surveillance system of this scale went into effect in our town with zero opportunity for residents or their elected representatives to weigh in. So I'm asking council for 3 things. First, place a formal item on an upcoming agenda to review the contract, its cost, its funding sources, and its renewal date. Second, hold a public hearing or committee discussion before any decision to renew or expand. And then third, review the department's use policy, specifically requiring documented justification for searches, restricting data sharing with federal immigration authorities, and setting up a public audit process. I've already reached out to several council members about this, and I appreciate Mr. Jacqueline's response and his willingness to raise this with the Police and Fire Committee. I hope tonight moves that conversation forward. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Foster. All right. Okay, and last we have Don Durbin, who would like to speak also as well in the Clinton and Water Sewer District. So Don, please state your name and your address, and you have 4 minutes.
Don Durbin, and I'm president of the Clinton Sewer and Water District. 8078 Granville Road is one of my properties, so that's what I'm still in Clinton Township. But what I want to know from the city is you passed a resolution to try to dissolve the Clinton Sewer and Water District. And I'm asking council, well, I'm going to address the council that no one from the city talked to anybody on the Clinton Sewer and Water Board. So we're our own entity. We are not run by the township trustees. We're appointed by the trustees. And our Clinton Sewer and Water District is its own entity. We have to balance our budget. We have to pay all our bills. We have to do everything we're supposed to do. But what I want to know is why would there even be any kind of consideration that you guys would want to pass a resolution to close up the Clinton Sewer and Water District? There's a few things in here, but I wouldn't have time to read the whole thing, but I'm sure all you guys read what, I think, Tanner, did you send this out to the trustees? This is about the resolution that you passed.
That they passed?
Well,
Yes.
I mean, I don't know who wrote it, but
Yes, yes.
but you're aware of what it was.
Yes. Mhm.
And then I just want to know, did all the council members read it too?
I would hope.
Okay. But that's my concern, and I'm just going to let the council know that we are not going to dissolve the sewer and water district. We have asked for a meeting twice in the last 2 weeks. I have not got a phone call, and nobody has talked to anybody on the district board. So that's where we're going to leave.
Just to be clear, are you saying that they have not talked to anybody on the board, or that we have not talked to anybody on the board? Because that is not true. I have talked to Terry King.
Well, then that's been news to me, because at the last meeting, nobody talked to Terry King that I know of.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. But in the future, I would suggest that you would hold a meeting with all the guys instead of just one person.
I would suggest that we never have a private meeting that's not on camera.
No problem. We have no problem with that.
Okay.
But I'm just here to let council know that we would like to have a meeting with whoever, the utilities committee. I don't know who is running the utilities committee, and the mayor, and whoever else we need. Let's have a meeting and talk about it. Because we have not been offered anything, but we sure got a lot of bad publicity in the paper. And I just don't appreciate writing all that stuff, and it's not true. And I mean, it's not true. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Durbin. Thank you. All right. I believe that's it. So we now move into the legislation before us this evening. First, are there any additions or corrections to the agenda?
I do have an addition to the agenda.
All right. This is the time.
There's a preview. This is a spoiler. Yeah, we need to add Resolution 2026-80 to the agenda, please. Council, you have that in paper form in front of you.
I will assume that are there any objections to adding this to the agenda tonight? Okay. All right. We will add that, and that will be the last of the first resolutions that we will read. Okay. All right, so we now move into resolutions before council. There's one resolution for third reading, 4 for second reading, and 4 for first reading this evening. So resolutions for third reading. The first resolution is Resolution 2026-69. Mr. Sherman.
A resolution authorizing and directing the Safety Service Director of the City of Mount Vernon, Ohio, to enter into contract with Top Flight Real Estate DBA Bo Lacey to lease the property with the street address of 9 East High Street and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Mahan.
Thank you, sir. I move to adopt Resolution 2026-69.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to adopt. Are there any discussion on adopting this resolution?
We had a committee meeting on this, a brief explaining basically what was going on. I think it makes sense.
Council, if I may, there's nothing I really want to add to the content of the legislation, with the exception of the fact that there is an emergency clause on this legislation. And to Mr. Beck's point, and I know a lot of people take issue with the phraseology, if you will, of and declaring an emergency. I too have a problem with that because it sends the wrong signal. And we've talked about this in the past. We would much rather it say, and taking an immediate effect, or something to that nature. We recognize that there is nothing, that there's no fire or some actual emergency as related to changing the contract terms or the lease terms for Bo Lacey. However, these are the rules as handed down to us by the Ohio Revised Code and the General Assembly. So I think you would do every municipality doing business a favor if we were to change the language that would change the language that says and declaring an emergency. Because right now what will happen is, after we have now gone through 3 readings and had an opportunity for the public to speak on this, after council passes this, assuming council passes this with the acceptable majority, this will go into effect upon the mayor's signature. That allows business to proceed. It doesn't impede the opportunity for the public to comment on it or anything like that. So this is just a point of clarification on what declaring an emergency is, yet again. And I hate that we have to remain in this doom loop that basically state law keeps us in. So there's that.
Anything else? Mr. Sherman.
Ms. Keener,
Yes.
Mr. Mahan,
Yes.
Mrs. Hager,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Severns,
Yes.
Mr. Jacklin,
Yes.
Mr. Ruckman.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Resolutions now for second reading. The first for second reading is Resolution 2026-73. Mr. Sherman.
A resolution authorizing and directing the auditor of the City of Mount Vernon to rename an existing fund and to create additional lines pursuant to ORC 5705.09F and ORC 5705.40.
Yes, Mr. Mahan.
Thank you, sir. I move to amend Resolution 2026-73.
Second.
There's a motion to amend and a second. What is your amendment, sir?
Council, you have an amendment in front of you, and I'm sure Mr. Sherman will make that available to the media. We are essentially cutting out much of this legislation, and we had a committee meeting explaining that. So we will be, Section 1 is gone, Section 2 becomes Section 1, and items D and E become A and B, and that is, after amended, that is all we will be voting on this evening.
Okay, we will vote now on the amendment. Any other comments on the amendment? Mr. Sherman.
Ms. Keener,
Yes.
Mr. Mahan,
Yes.
Mrs. Hager,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Severns,
Yes.
Mr. Jacklin,
Yes.
Mr. Ruckman.
Yes.
The motion is amended. Mr. Mahan.
Thank you, sir. As amended, I moved to waive the rules requiring 3 separate readings, take Resolution 2026-73 to its third and final reading.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to suspend the amended. Any questions? Mr. Sherman.
Whoa,
Okay.
excuse me. What's the purpose for suspension of the rules, please?
As we discussed in committee, this legislation is going to create lines that are going to be used in resolution 2026-72. And money is coming into these lines if 73 and 72 are passed in order to fund the construction of the portions of this building, the remodel of this building, that are going to be used specifically for the water, the utilities, the water and wastewater.
Thank you.
Mr. Sherman?
Ms. Keener,
Yes.
Mr. Mahan,
Yes.
Mrs. Hager,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Severns,
Yes.
Mr. Jacklin,
Yes.
Mr. Ruckman.
Yes.
Okay, the motion is suspended. Mr. Mahan?
I now move to adopt Resolution 2026-73.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt. Mr. Mahan?
Again, we've had a committee that's been pretty thoroughly explained at this point.
Okay. Mr. Sherman?
Ms. Keener,
Yes.
Mr. Mahan,
Yes.
Mrs. Hager,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Severns,
Yes.
Mr. Jacklin,
Yes.
Mr. Ruckman.
Yes.
The amended motion is adopted. Next, we go to second reading for Resolution 2026-72. Mr. Sherman?
A resolution authorizing and directing the auditor of the City of Mount Vernon to make supplemental appropriations.
Mr. Mahan?
Thank you, sir. I move to suspend the rule requiring 3 separate readings and move Resolution number 2026-72 to its third and final reading.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to suspend. Mr. Mahan?
Council, this is, we've created the lines, now we're going to put money in the lines that are going to fund part of the remodel of this facility, and we've already heard in more than one committee meeting how we need to move the construction along.
Any other comments about any of the other funds being moved here at all? Okay, Mr. Sherman?
Ms. Keener,
Yes.
Mr. Mahan,
Yes.
Mrs. Hager,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Severns,
Yes.
Mr. Jacklin,
Yes.
Mr. Ruckman.
Yes.
Okay, the motion is suspended. Mr. Mahan?
I now move to adopt 2026-72.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to adopt Resolution 72. Mr. Mahan?
I think we're ready to roll, sir.
Okay, Mr. Sherman?
Ms. Keener,
Yes.
Mr. Mahan,
Yes.
Mrs. Hager,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Severns,
Yes.
Mr. Jacklin,
Yes.
Mr. Ruckman.
Yes.
Motion is adopted. Now I'll move to Resolution 2026-74. Mr. Sherman?
A final resolution enacted by the City of Mount Vernon, Ohio, hereinafter referred to as the Legislative Authority, Local Public Agency, or LPA, in the matter of the stated described project.
Mr. Mahan?
We're going to give this its second reading, sir.
All right, Resolution 74 receives its second reading. Now I'll move to Resolution 2026-75. Mr. Sherman?
A resolution authorizing the Safety Service Director to seek and select a qualifications-based construction manager at risk for the Mount Vernon Justice Center project and declaring an emergency.
Yes, Mr. Mahan?
Thank you, sir. I move to suspend the rules requiring 3 readings, take Resolution 2026-75 to its third and final reading.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to suspend the rules. Mr. Mahan?
Council, we had a committee meeting. Ms. Parks explained what a CMR is and does and why it's important and necessary for the Justice Center. Mr. Sawyers reminded us that we're trying to get people out of the Plaza building, and in order to do that, we need to move forward with the Justice Center.
Mr. Sherman?
Ms. Keener,
Yes.
Mr. Mahan,
Yes.
Mrs. Hager,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Severns,
Yes.
Mr. Jacklin,
Yes.
Mr. Ruckman.
Yes.
The rule is suspended. Mr. Mahan?
I move to adopt 2026-75.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt. Mr. Mahan?
Again, we've had the committee meeting. We understand why we need to move this forward. I suggest council pass the legislation.
Mr. Sherman?
Ms. Keener,
Yes.
Mr. Mahan,
Yes.
Mrs. Hager,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Severns,
Yes.
Mr. Jacklin,
Yes.
Mr. Ruckman.
Yes.
The motion, the resolution is adopted. We now move to resolutions for first reading. The first reading this evening is Resolution 2026-76. Mr. Sherman.
A resolution authorizing and directing the auditor of the City of Mount Vernon to transfer certain funds and pay bills pursuant to Section 5705.41D, then and now certification.
Mr. Mahan.
Thank you, sir. I move to suspend the rules requiring 3 readings and move Resolution 2026-76 to its third and final reading.
Second?
We have a motion and a second to suspend. Mr. Mahan.
Council, we have several things going on in this legislation that we need to move forward. And please, Mr. Sawyers or Ms. Fry, correct me if I'm wrong, but this moving to the money to Roger Prairie, that is in regards to a demo relocation for his business. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so we'd like to get him his money. And then we have the humane officer contract that we have with the Knox County Commissioners. This is a renewal. Is that correct, sir? Okay. And finally, we have a bill that we need to pay to Bender Communications. Bender is the contractor who services the police radios, I believe. Is that correct, Chief?
Yes.
Okay.
And other things within the city.
Not just the police radios, but other things within the city.
Outdoor warning sirens, police radios, yep.
Yep. And one reason this is coming to us as of then and now is I believe there was spirited discussion out of which line this money was coming from, and that took some time. So that explains why we're asking to move to the third reading this evening.
That's a good explanation. Mr. Sherman.
Ms. Keener.
Yes.
Mr. Mahan.
Yes.
Mrs. Hager.
Yes.
Mr. Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Severns.
Yes.
Mr. Jacklin.
Yes.
Mr. Ruckman.
Yes.
The motion is suspended. Mr. Mahan.
I move to adopt 2026-76.
Second?
We have a motion to adopt. Mr. Mahan.
Further questions, council? I think we're ready to roll.
It's a pretty good explanation.
Council, not to get in the way, there is a section 2 that the then and now legislations typically do not have, which is a transfer of certain funds. It is from account 101-3600-54452 infrastructure improvements to account 101-2350-54111 the services received code enforcement in the amount of $12,500. That is for the second and final demo of this year, as for a condemned property at 305 West Pleasant Street. So I just want to point that out. That is for a transfer, so the 2 things are happening here, the then and now payments and an internal transfer between the general fund lines.
Mr. Sherman.
Ms. Keener.
Yes.
Mr. Mahan.
Yes.
Mrs. Hager.
Yes.
Mr. Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Severns.
Yes.
Mr. Jacklin.
Yes.
Mr. Ruckman.
Yes.
The resolution is adopted. We will now move to Resolution 2026-77. Mr. Sherman.
A resolution authorizing and directing the Safety Service Director of the City of Mount Vernon, Ohio, to enter into contract with Crowned Radiance and Beauty, LLC, to lease the property with the street address of 49 Public Square and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Mahan.
Yes, sir. I move to waive the rule requiring 2 separate readings and move 2026-77 to its third and final reading.
Second?
We have a motion and a second to suspend the rules. Mr. Mahan.
Mr. Sawyers, you're named in this legislation. Why don't you explain why we should pass this on us tonight?
I seem to be named in a lot of these. So this is the old Moonlit Soul facility on the square. We have a business that would like to lease this from us. We will, assuming council passes this legislation tonight, they would like to fix up the place a little bit for the next month, and then they would like to be in operating their salon. That's what this is the hair and nail salon, I believe. And they would like to be operating by about September. So, again, not an actual emergency. We recognize the.
I agree with you on the wording there. But
Yep.
Mr. Sherman.
Ms. Keener.
Yes.
Mr. Mahan.
Yes.
Mrs. Hager.
Yes.
Mr. Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Severns.
Yes.
Mr. Jacklin.
Yes.
Mr. Ruckman.
Yes.
Motion is suspended. Mr. Mahan.
I move to adopt Resolution 2026-77.
Second.
We have a motion to adopt. Any other thoughts? Mr. Sherman?
Ms. Keener,
Yes.
Mr. Mahan,
Yes.
Mrs. Hager,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Severns,
Yes.
Mr. Jacklin,
Yes.
Mr. Ruckman.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. We now move to the next resolution for first reading, and that's Resolution 2026-78. Mr. Sherman?
A resolution authorizing the Safety Service Director to dispose of property not needed for public use by the City of Mount Vernon and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Jacklin?
I'd like to give this its first reading and request a 5-minute committee meeting.
All right. Resolution 78 receives its first reading. Now move to Resolution 2026-79. Mr. Sherman?
A resolution setting a tax revenue budget for the City of Mount Vernon, State of Ohio, pursuant to Section 5705.28 of the Ohio Revised Code.
Mr. Mahan?
I move to suspend the rule requiring 3 separate readings and take Resolution number 2026-79 to its third and final reading.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to suspend the rules. Mr. Mahan?
Deputy Auditor Amberly Fry is here to help us understand what a tax revenue budget is and why it would be good if we'd pass it this evening.
Good evening, Council. This piece of legislation is a formal process that we must take with the county auditor. So just to provide some context, the county auditor will collect our city revenue from property tax and millage, and they'll do that in a specific year and then pay it the following year. So for example, this year in 26, they're collecting the property tax and the millage, and then they will pay that to us in 27. In order for the council to approve that to be within our budget, we have to pass a resolution tonight, if you will, and then they will give us the estimated monies that you see in Exhibit 1, 2, and 3 for our general fund, our police fund, and our fire funds, our pension fund, police pension fund and fire pension funds.
Any other
That's that.
questions?
Yeah,
Suspension? Yes.
Could you explain what would happen if we didn't pass this in emergency? Or, suspend the rules. Sorry. Yeah, I meant suspend the rules.
We would have to ask for an extension with the county auditor, and I would like to emphasize this is a formal process that we do each year, and while I understand it's it's really insignificant in some ways compared to our other legislation, it still must be done because it's a formality. So I understand why there might be a question as to why we really need to accept it. It's just the way that it has to be. So we want to respect that process and make sure we're compliant in all areas, even in the more simple items.
Would it impact the speed at which we received these funds if we didn't pass this?
Say that one more time.
Would it affect the speed at which we receive these funds?
I don't know, because I've never been involved in an extension and what the consequences of that might look like.
Okay.
So I can't speak to that.
I guess my question would be is, if this is pretty normal and routine and something that we do annually, why is it being brought before us tonight for a suspension of the rules and to expedite this process?
That's a good question. So it is coming up due the 16th. We'd like to get this passed and to them tomorrow if possible. But I think in years to come, we will have a much better idea of when we need to come before you on these specific items. So we'll plan better for next year, and as we learn and grow, we can do better.
Well, the county auditor's on vacation for the next week or so I don't see where anything's going to happen tomorrow on it.
Any other thoughts on the suspension? Mr. Sherman?
Ms. Keener,
Yes.
Mr. Mahan,
Yes.
Mrs. Hager,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
No.
Mr. Severns,
Yes.
Mr. Jacklin,
Yes.
Mr. Ruckman.
Yes.
The rule is suspended. Mr. Mahan?
I move to adopt Resolution 2026-79.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to adopt. I think we just kind of heard what we need to do and what this actually means to get this paid. And so are there any other thoughts? Mr. Sherman?
Ms. Keener,
Yes.
Mr. Mahan,
Yes.
Mrs. Hager,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Severns,
Yes.
Mr. Jacklin,
Yes.
Mr. Ruckman.
Yes.
Okay, the motion is adopted. So we now go to Resolution 2026-80, which was added to our agenda tonight. Mr. Mahan?
I believe Mr. Sherman's going to read this to us. Is that correct?
I would love
Oh,
to.
yes, Mr. Sherman, please read this to us. Thank you.
A resolution authorizing the Safety Service Director to accept guaranteed maximum price, GMP, package number 1 for certain components of the Mount Vernon Police Station project as set forth in Exhibit A pursuant to the city's agreement with the construction manager at risk and declaring an emergency.
Now, Mr. Mahan.
Move to suspend the rule requiring 3 separate readings to take Resolution 2026-80 to its third and final reading.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to suspend the rules. Mr. Mahan?
Council, we had a committee meeting on this evening. A representative from Pizzuti, Ms. Parks, was here and explained what it is and why it's important and why it would be, in fact, somewhat urgent to have this passed this evening.
Mr. Sherman?
Ms. Keener,
Yes.
Mr. Mahan,
Yes.
Mrs. Hager,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Severns,
Yes.
Mr. Jacklin,
Yes.
Mr. Ruckman.
Yes.
The rule is suspended. Mr. Mahan?
Thank you, sir. I move to adopt Resolution 2026-80.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to adopt the rule. Mr. Mahan?
Again, council, had the committee meeting. This is just one of many, many steps in line to get to the police station. I think especially we need to keep in mind the conversations, the value management conversations that have gone forward that has reduced this price, and we need to get these things ordered for the long lead times, and then we need to get the process started to take advantage of the summer weather. I suggest that we pass this evening.
I just want, for clarity, this 6 million, because that's a big number, is coming out of the 29 million that was
Yes.
previously allocated, correct?
Just even to clarify further.
Yeah.
The budget estimation for this is just north of 26. So even the 29 was a reimbursement resolution based on estimations, and we have, high five, chief, value engineered the heck out of this thing. So the 29 million is
26.
lower. Yeah.
And this is a part of that. This
a
is
part
not
of
a
it.
new
This
6
is not
million.
additional.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Sherman?
Ms. Keener,
Yes.
Mr. Mahan,
Yes.
Mrs. Hager,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Severns,
Yes.
Mr. Jacklin,
Yes.
Mr. Ruckman.
Yes.
The resolution is adopted. We now move to ordinances before council. There is one ordinance for third reading, 2 ordinances for second reading, and 1 ordinance for first reading this evening. So the first one is ordinance for third reading is ordinance 2026-23. Mr. Sherman?
An ordinance consenting to and approving the execution of a TIF agreement between the City of Mount Vernon and residences at Founders Grove LLC for the benefit of a development located at 12050 Upper Gilcrest Road.
Mr. Jacklin?
Well, let's see if I can do this right. I'd like to give this its third reading and postpone a vote on it to July 27th, our next legislative session.
Second.
Second. We have a motion and a second to postpone this to the July 27 meeting. Any questions? Mr. Sherman?
Ms. Keener,
Yes.
Mr. Mahan,
Yes.
Mrs. Hager,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Severns,
Yes.
Mr. Jacklin,
Yes.
Mr. Ruckman.
Yes.
The motion is postponed. So we now go to ordinances for second reading. First one tonight is ordinance 2026-24. Mr. Sherman?
Approving the application to add certain real property to the Mount Vernon New Community Authority District and to amend the petition for establishment of the Mount Vernon New Community Authority as a new community authority under Chapter 349 of the Ohio Revised Code and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Jacklin?
I'd like to give this its second reading and request a 5-minute committee meeting.
This ordinance receives its second reading. We now go to ordinance 2026-26. Mr. Sherman.
Just one point of clarification on the committee meeting. Would that be before or after the public hearing
So we have a
on this
public hearing.
ordinance?
Please disregard that then,
Okay.
since we're having the public hearing.
All right. Mr. Sherman, ordinance 26, please.
An ordinance establishing two incentive districts and declaring improvements to certain real property within the incentive districts to be a public purpose and exempt from real property taxation, identifying certain public infrastructure improvements made, to be made, or in the process of being made, that will benefit or serve the parcels in the incentive districts, requiring the owners of those parcels to make service payments in lieu of real property taxes, establishing a municipal public improvement tax increment equivalent fund for the deposit of such service payments in lieu of real property taxes, approving and authorizing the execution and delivery of a tax increment financing agreement with Arista Villas Mount Vernon LLC and other agreements, and approving related matters, and declaring an emergency.
Could you read that? I'm just kidding. Mr.
I was
Jackman.
thinking the same thing.
Mr. Jackman.
I'd like to give this its second reading, and then because of the public hearing, I am not going to request a committee meeting.
Public hearing for this will be on August 10.
10th.
August 10. All right, this receives its second reading. We now go to ordinances for first reading. I'm sorry about that, folks. Ordinance 2026-27. Mr. Sherman.
An ordinance is authorizing the establishment of a cremation scattering garden within Mountain View Cemetery, authorizing the final disposition of certain indigent cremated remains therein, and establishing procedures for the care and disposition of such remains.
Ms. Hager.
Yes, I would like to give this ordinance its first reading, and I would like to request a 10-minute committee meeting for July 27th.
Okay, this resolution receives its first meeting, or its first reading. All right. That ends the legislative portion of our meeting tonight on July 13. We will now move to remarks from the city administration and from council members. Mayor Starr.
Thank you, Mr. President Pro Tem. Anyway, nice job tonight running the show. A lot of moving parts, council. This is halfway through the year, and we're already on Resolution 80. So we are getting a lot done. Anyway, I just want to, since I gave you the update from this past weekend, just hope that to see you all at the upcoming events that are coming out, and thank you for those of you who did come out to the events that have happened already. Appreciate it. That's all, sir.
All right, thank you, Mayor. Mr. Salyers.
I want to echo what the mayor said. We're getting a lot done. There's a lot of conversations that happen both within the administration and with the project teams that we have secured already. But a lot of that can't be done without, all of that can't be done without your support, so we appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Salyers. Mr. Stoller.
Yes, just wanted to point out that I sent out the reports today, and our interest income halfway through the year is over $500,000. And I'd just like to say that the auditor and I, Dan and I, work pretty closely on this stuff, and we watch it and monitor and try to do the best that we can within the policy. But just like to say, I don't think the city's ever had a better team than Dan and I doing this stuff, and it shows with what we've achieved here, which I was pretty proud of. The other thing, the guaranteed maximum price that you guys are considering voting on, and that just another aspect of that, the schedule of investments that I sent out for the police station, half of the money is put into the money market, which is it doesn't have as good a return as what we can get on some of the other investment options that we have. The reason that it's there is because once you pass the guaranteed maximum price and we go through the contract and we know what the draw schedule is, we can revise this and get a better return on the money that's in there based on what we know the scheduled maturities are going to be. So right now we don't, so we just plug it into the money market, which is not as good a return as the others. So that's all. It's a minor thing for what you guys are considering, but it's just another little aspect of it. So thank you.
Mr. Stoller. Mrs. Fry, you have anything tonight?
Nothing this evening, Mr. President.
Well, thank you for sitting in for Mr. Brinkman. Mr. Miller.
Nothing tonight. Thank you, Mr. President Pro Tem.
Mr. Ruckman.
Yes, thank you. I want to thank everybody for being here this evening and appreciate it. I know we had a pretty heavy agenda, so I appreciate everybody working through that this evening and just working, I guess, on getting closer to our goals and getting stuff done in the city. So do appreciate that and just want to express that appreciation. I would also like to bring up that the next time we meet, the Knox County Fair will be happening. So please put that on your calendar. Make sure that you come on out and support the kids especially that are out there. They've put a lot of hard work into their projects and I know that they would love to see you. And would love to have your support, as well as you can take advantage of a lot of the fun family activities that are out there. So something that's very near and dear to my heart, and I would encourage you, if it's been a while since you've checked it out, or even if you went last year, to come on out and check out the Knox County Fair.
Are we guaranteed to have rain?
Oh, absolutely.
That's
At
pretty much
least
it.
2 times.
All right.
So.
Thank you. Mr. Jacklin.
So, I believe there are two citizens that spoke tonight in the comments of public interest that live in my ward. And so I'd like to address some of the things that they brought up. The first, the issue with the TIF and the NCA. The first is, I am with you. I took a class on it, and I still have to ask questions on what a TIF is and an NCA and how those overlap and what they do for the community. In this situation, and it was super easy to miss, when the legislation was discussed, they said that they would be making the education system whole. And what that means in very simple, plain language is that this TIF will not be taking any money from the Mount Vernon City school system. And that is, the Mount Vernon City school system is something that's very important to me. I have 4 children that have just started using it. So I really want it to stay funded. The other aspect is that I'd like to address is having to bring it forward to 3 readings. Now, it was brought forward to 3 readings because all that happened last week was it initiated and accepted the application of the TIF and the NCA. No negotiation had not happened. And the reason that I chose to do that was because the Ohio legislature passed a bill that said we could not discuss this publicly. The reason that we are having this conversation now is because we brought that to a 3rd reading that day. And on to that, part of the reason, and I don't necessarily have a lot of ground to speak here, but part of the reason that the school system is seeking a 1% income is, again, because the Ohio legislature is trying to remove property tax. And so a lot of the issues that you spoke to aren't issues with the people sitting right here. They're one level above us. They're with the Ohio legislature. If you want more transparency in the discussion with incentives, that landed right at their feet. We were just doing what we had to do. And I, if you don't agree with it, I apologize. But my goal was to increase the transparency by moving the conversation to a place where we could have a public discussion. And then, and then to the other citizen that spoke tonight, speaking to the flock camera system. I appreciate you coming up here. I have received several emails about this, and you're the first person to come and talk, and I really appreciate that. I do think that there is space for us to have this conversation, because the flock system is not a camera light. It's always recording, and I think the intuition that the people should have some say in that existing in the city, whether we decide we want it or not, is a good thing. And I think that there should be people who are voted on who can be held accountable to that decision. And that's the end of that soapbox.
Thank you, Mr. Jack. Ms. Keener.
Well, and now for something completely different. I really would like to say that Mount Vernon has it going on right now. The city, congratulations. The fireworks show was splendid. I'm pretty sure it was time for 25 minutes to celebrate 250. Am I correct? Yeah, it was great. I had a meeting with our safety service director, and we joked about celebrating a weekend of rest in Mount Vernon, but we can't do that until like November because we're already scheduling out that far. I would encourage everybody to get out to the CA&C Visitors Center. They are now having art in the park on display. They have some amazing local artists who have their artwork displayed, and you can vote on the community favorite. That is up from now until August 16th. So I would really encourage folks to get out there. That kicked off on Friday, and then Saturday there was a great car show out at Ariel Foundation Park, and next Friday is going to be the Front Porch Concert Series.
This Friday.
Yes, this Friday.
Yes.
Sorry, next
Yeah.
Friday is like the next Friday I can think of. But
Yeah.
this Friday, the 17th, is the Front Porch Concert Series. So you can come out and see Linan. She's going to be an MC again, right?
I am.
So that is a great time and just such a good opportunity for the community to come together and really have community. So would just encourage everybody to keep getting out and enjoying all the stuff we have going on because there's a lot of it. So thank you, Mr. President, or Pro Tem.
Yeah,
whoever
thank
you are.
Mr. Mahan.
Thank you, sir. I think everyone's heard enough from me this evening.
That's true.
Well,
But I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you to Ms. Amberly Fry and the rest of her city team who was here and supported our work this evening. Thank you all.
Mrs. Hager, anything other than your dog story that we would love to hear?
I shouldn't
Okay.
be here. Thank you. No, I do. And on top of the first Friday Front Porch Series on July 17th, on July 18th, we're having Jurassic Park at the park on the movie. And there's going to be all these really fun activities like sandboxes with stuff in it. So you can pretend you're an archaeologist before the movie. Really fun activities before the movie on Saturday night. So, yes, Mount Vernon does have it going on. We are great. Thank you, Mr. President Pro Tem.
Hager, yes. Thank you all for your patience with me this evening. As found out, well, I knew a little bit earlier today that I might be running the meeting, but Bruce called me before the meeting and said, yes, you're going to do that. He's still recovering, so we wish him well. Thank you to the media for being here. Thank you for those running their audio and video. You don't ever see them, but we know they're back there doing their work, and we appreciate that. Thank you also to the community members who came out to speak tonight. It does matter. We want to hear what people think. It does matter. So I do want to thank you for attending the meeting this evening. So I now call for adjournment of the July 13th, 2026 City Council meeting.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Yeah, we got a second. We are all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we're adjourned.